Hey guys, this is just going to be a quick video on how to mount a front binding on Mach One deck. We're going to be using the MBS F5 binding, which is the best binding that we've found for riding on the Mach One. We're going to be doing a goofy setup, and so for goofy, where your foot is facing this way, we want the logo to be facing towards you so you can read it looking down. And that's actually opposite to how it's supposed to be, but we've just found this to be more comfortable because it means the section that overhangs over here can dig into your ankle better, and you just get better leverage over the binding, and I find it more comfortable as well. But in order to do this, so we're using a left binding for the right foot in this case, but the ladder is in the wrong position, as you can see. So if we try to mount the ladder, then the other side's going to be completely wrong and the angle of the bindings are wrong. So how we fix this is actually we just use the ladder from the other binding. So we switch them around. So now the ladder from the ratchet side that we've changed fits correctly when you bend it, okay? And so the next thing you need to do is find your ideal foot position. It may seem intuitive to just stand on the deck to try and find the right position that feels comfortable, but in our experience that doesn't always work out and can be wrong because it sometimes ends up in a different position to when you're actually riding. So the best way is to actually go for a ride and take note of your foot position. Use some tape to mark out your ideal foot position. What you're going to do is mark the position. So if you mark in the center of the holes of the binding, or the second in from the edge, it gives you more options to be able to slide the mount in or out, and even be able to twist it to adjust the position. But it's important that you don't mount it too far in, because where the bolts come out, they need to miss the enclosure area, which follows this line here. And you don't want the bolt heads to be in the way of the enclosure. So we're going to start with a small bit. This is a 3mm. So we're going to try and match the angle of the deck. Now we're going to step it up to a 4.5. .5mm. Next, we're going to use a countersinking tool. And you got to watch that the countersink doesn't slide around while you're sinking it. Alright, it's going to look something like this. We're just going to chest mount it. Get these ready. So we're just going to put this on. And we're just going to loosely mount it. We don't want it too tight because we still want this to be able to move to find the best position for your foot. Once we've got that, I'm going to put our foot back in the same position that we were, and we're going to find the other side. Find the right position, and we're going to mark it. We also want to check that we've avoided this edge here. So we don't want to be within these boundaries. We want to be outside of the edge of the enclosure. Ideally, we want to be in these pockets here if we can help it. But if it ends up being up in this high spot, that's okay because we could just countersink it so that it's almost flush. Starting off with the 3 again. Straight down this time. Now we're going to clean them up a bit. Cool. This is sort of where we ended up at. So height-wise, not bad. It's gonna give plenty of space for the enclosure. And this one is just below the edge, you can see. Alright, let's go with these two holes. Now we're gonna probably need to cut these down. We don't have to, but aesthetically, it's gonna look better. Tighten these down now, and as a quick tip, if you tighten from the bottom side, then it's not going to scratch up the paint on the top side of this. There's a lot of padding at the start on these, and it will break in over time and become less locked in feeling, which is kind of nice for safety. Yeah. And that's it. That's how you mount front binding on a Mach One deck. So then you can go ahead and mount this back on your board, and it's good to go.